If you had any part of sowing seed into the education of Marvin McCare to make him the person that he is today, would you please stand? And I'm standing also.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. The only reason that I am able to stand before you all today is because somebody showed me that they cared. I was blessed to have a support system at home, a mother and a real father. But it took more than that because the majority of my time was spent at school. So when you see me showing love to others, all you're witnessing is the reaping of the love seed planted in me by my second grade teacher, Katrina Akins, and others. When you see me get up fast, if I was to fall down, you're witnessing the reaping of the I know I can seed planted in me by my middle school football coach, Charlie Barfield, and others. When you see me praise God through the good times and the bad times, you're witnessing the reaping of the don't complain seed planted in me by janitor Reverend Balloon. When you see me holding my children accountable consistently, you're witnessing the reaping of the I know it hurts, but I got to do it anyway seed planted in me by bus driver Mr. Jesse Peacock and staff Demetria Phillips. When you see me lending a hand to others in need, you're witnessing the reaping of the measure in which I give is the measure in which I shall receive seed planted in me by my football coach, Bruce Thames. I think back to when I was in high school, 11th grade. I got this young lady pregnant, and I wanted to buy her something for Christmas because I was already hurt because she was pregnant. My dad encouraged me to take on my responsibilities by being a man at an early age instead of walking out. So I was seeking money to give her something for Christmas. I went to my coach and I said, "Coach, can you help me?" He did not exchange words. He said, "Be to my house." He allowed me to trim his hedges outside of his home, and he paid me. That particular action kept a young person, kept me from going out selling drugs, kept me from going out robbing someone and possibly committing murder. Because of your actions, Coach Thames, you saved my life. And with the collaboration of my dad and other teachers at that school, I'm now married to that same young lady, and my 13-year-old daughter is a blessing in our lives. When you see me getting along with people of the different race, black, white, Hispanic, you are only witnessing the reaping of the I'm no different than you see planted in me by Principal Lou Miller, which now she's the superintendent of the Madison County School System. By you seeing me on the stage today speaking to you with no fear in my heart, you're only witnessing the reaping of the utilize your talent, son. Don't give up on what God done bless you with seed planted in me by my high school teacher, Rhonda Moore. All of these staff and many more allowed their walking to talk louder than their talking. And because of their extra efforts and the partnership of my parents, I was eventually renewed in the areas of my actions, language, thinking, and yearning to be the best that I can be. I found out later in my life that the best message that any of us can give someone, especially youth, in hopes of renewing them, is with how we live our lives. Not behind a pulpit or behind an altar. It is how we live our lives. I realize that we can have all sorts of curriculum for our youth. We can have all sorts of juvenile programs for them. We can have all sorts of consequences, etc. But as long as the adults continue to not show love to one another in the presence of our youth, As long as adults continue to talk behind others' back. As long as adults continue to jeopardize their character and dignity for financial gain and social status. As long as adults continue to pull each other down like crabs in a bucket. As long as adults continue to not work together for the common goal. As long as adults continue to walk around with frowns on their faces and anger in their hearts. As long as adults continue to complain about what they don't have instead of being appreciative of what they got. As long as adults refuse to stretch out their hand to the less fortunate. As long as adults continue to walk around with racism in their hearts and on their minds, our kids will continue to keep that tradition of hate and negativity going on. And believe me, they watch you more than you watch each other. Try it sometimes. Ask them, what color pants did I have on Tuesday? It can be Friday. And they will tell you, yeah, you have on top blue jeans with a white stripe on the bottom of them. You will be amazed because they watch you more than you watch each other. The point is, we all have to lead by example. So we don't need any more mentors surfacing. No more mentors. We need true. We need passionate. We need sincere role models because the times have indeed changed. And there is no more room left for all talk and no walk. Royalty NO Incorporation is a for-profit organization that I established in May of this year in an attempt to reach out to youth everywhere, reminding them that they are royalty. They must have the desire, they yearn to be successful in this life. And also to keep teachers, staff, all of those corporate leaders, to keep them honest. The definition of the word royalty is power, dominion, authority. We all are royalty from birth, but our choice of actions send us down the wrong path. The acronym for royalty is renewing our youth, action, language, thinking, and yearn to succeed. The NO stands for noblesse oblige, a French word meaning our moral obligation to display honorable conduct. So I will be the first to stand on a mountain and say that I am royalty. Therefore, my walking will talk louder than my talking. I am renewing our youth actions, language, thinking, and yearn to succeed through my actions every single day. How about you? I know that you try your best. I know that you get tired. I know that you get weary. I know that you get restless. I know that sometimes all you look for is someone to recognize the good that you do instead of the mistakes that you make. But hold your heads up because you are royalty. And when you are at your lowest, you are still making an impact on someone's child's life. This year, 2009, some fatherless kid will gain the yearn through your actions, teachers, staff, to become a productive and supportive father one day. Through your actions, some young pregnant girl will have the yearn to go to college and become successful instead of losing all of her self-esteem. Through your actions, some young child will start telling and showing others that they love them, although they're not getting it at home. Through your actions, some kid will refuse to speak another word of profanity because you are speaking positive. They want to speak positive, so they're done with speaking profanity. Thanks to you. Through your actions, some child will drop the gun, drop the drugs, and the violent ways. Through your actions, the atmosphere at your school or establishment will be a place of peace and not a war zone, causing the youth to enjoy working together. And through your actions, you will cause a parent to want to be a better parent. I am royalty. Peace.